Good morning, happy Saturday. Hey, it is the last day of November 2024, going into the holiday season. And I know you guys out there, I know for me, like for my son, I'm buying him like shoes and I don't know, socks, things that he likes, just the normal kind of stuff. He's almost 17-year-old kid, but he also likes Pokemon. And like I said, he's a collector. He's got binders full of stuff. And so, he's gonna be getting some cards from me for Christmas as well. Some like extra binders. We love the top loader binders, so I'm gonna probably get him some more of those. And just a little bit of stuff for his hobby. But one of the things that I've started to pick up are the Pokémon Center stamped promos. There's only 14 of them, so I mean it's not like there's a ton of them yet. But this is a new thing in the Scarlet and Violet era, and they just started picking up so much steam just recently. I mean, I know when they first came out, people didn't know how to receive them. That Snorlax from the 151, it sat down at like $25 for a while. The Miraidon and the Koraidon, those were, never very expensive cards. But now, I mean, the situation is crazy. I mean, it's nuts. So the Magneton just came out in Surging Sparks. It's never dropped below like $40. Before they all did. The Mimikyu from Paldean Fates at one point got as low as like $4 or $5, but I think it suffered from the fact that there was only like 3 illustration rares to pull in the regular set, and that the Mimikyu kind of suffered from I think all the illustration rares in that set suffer, but people have like started to like pull away from that. So the Mimikyu is quite expensive now with the Pokemon Center stamp on it. But I wanted to go through all of them. I have all 14 here, and just kind of go over market value and how much they've gone up. So and I got some of my stats up here. So let's start. We're gonna start at the very first one. The very first Pokemon Center stamped promo was this Miraidon here from the Scarlet and Violet base set. This is Miraidon number 013 Black Star promo, and you got the little Pokemon Center stamp right here. Just that tiny little stamp right there causes these cards to be worth way more than the original version. I'm not gonna put the original version prices up, but so here we go. The Miraidon here, the TCG market price on this is $43.58. The cheapest one for sale on TCG Play right now with shipping is $50.99. And on eBay, there's a seller right now selling with shipping for $44.53. I think I paid $45 for this one recently, so I'm right there in the ballpark. And then in a PSA 10, you can expect to pay about $200. Some people paid more, some people a little less, but expect around a $200 PSA 10 card. And it's in the last 6 months, it's gone up 76%. So I mean that's quite a bit right there, 76%. There's literally they're getting scarce to find some of these older ones. There's on TCG Player, there's 12 listings for a near mint copy, only 12. On eBay, there might even be less. So I mean, I didn't put how many there were, but I gone through looking, and like I said, I just recently bought all 14 of these in the last month or so. So I know that it was kind of hard to find a lot of sellers. So you have to go with what they pretty much are asking, or you wait. And right now for these is not the time to wait. It's going nuts. It's like this card for over the last year just was sitting at $25. It was around September of this year where it started shooting up. And like I said, now it's a $45 card, so it's gone up $20 or so. So I'm telling you, you got to get these now if you're into them. If you're not into them, then don't worry about it. But the Pokemon Center stamped promo, the ETBs they're all gone except for one, and we'll get to that near the end of this. Okay, so the second one is the Koraidon number 14, the Pokemon Center stamp down here, and the Koraidon here, the TCG market price on this is $39.06, but the lowest ask on TCG Player with shipping is $49.99, so like $50. And then on eBay, the lowest one I've seen on there is $54.71. So all of a sudden, this one is being asked higher price than the Miraidon, the Koraidon here. And in a PSA 10, it was just crazy because the Miraidon was about 200 in a PSA 10. These are 350 in a PSA 10. I think the population is probably a little bit lower. More people liked the Miraidon and the Koraidon, but all of a sudden now this one's getting a little more scarce. In PSA 10s, it's getting a little more scarce on the market. I mean, if you go up here, Koraidon has, I think, there's 10 listings. 10 listings for a near mint copy on TCG Player. On eBay, it's probably about the same, maybe less. You know, so this one's up 151%. 151%. At one point, like recently, you could have got this thing for maybe about $13 back in May. Now you're looking closer to, like I said, if you could go on eBay right now, it'll cost you 54, but there's 39, maybe 50 bucks. For some reason, it's going to be about a $50 card now on eBay and on TCG Player. So kind of it's getting a little rough for these Pokemon Center stamps. People know what they are now. Like I said, I don't know how they were received at the beginning. It seemed like people weren't sure about it. Now for some sets, like for Obsidian Flames, it's the #1 thing to invest in, higher than the booster boxes. It's crazy. All right, the third card, this is from Paldea Evolve's Pokemon Center, and you got the little stamp right here, and that's the Pikachu. Amazing card right there. That is beautiful right there, beautiful. And the Pikachu here, the TCG market price is $68.87. I think I paid about 75 bucks for this one. I forgot, I paid 35 for this. A guy accepted my offer. He's in San Francisco, so that's like just across the water from me here. I did pay 35 for this one, and I paid 45 for the Miraidon, like I said. This one paid about 75 bucks. It's freaking nuts, man. But the TCG market value says it's $68.87. The lowest price on TCG Player with shipping is $71.75. There's a seller on eBay right now selling a near mint copy for $64.99. So hurry up and go on there and look for that. $64.99 is a good price for this. And the guy on there's only one on eBay at that price, and it shoots up over 70. In a PSA 10 though, ridiculous. PSA 10s are going for about $600 on this card. I've seen some a little bit higher than that even, but expect to pay about $600 for a PSA 10 on this. And in the last 12 months, this is up 258%. 258%. So we go over to this Pikachu here, and this card was sitting in the last 3 months. Let's go here. We want to go over like the last year. In the last year, you could have picked this card up for under 20 bucks. I mean, 18, 17, 16 even. It was about May when this started going up a little bit, but it really shot up in September, October. And now you're looking at about a $75 card. So like I said, there's a guy on eBay selling for near mint for 65 bucks right now. So that's up there. I would go look at that. All right, now we're getting to Obsidian Flames Charmander. This guy, even in the raw, I mean, even the non-Pokemon Center stamp one, this is the most expensive of them all. It's up there now. Now it's starting to go up, and people are asking $30 for it and stuff like that. But I think it's about a $16, $17 card for the non-stamped. This stamped one here, you're looking, if you're gonna pick this up, you're looking around $90. So TCG market value on this is $86.35. The lowest ask on TCG Player is about $88.99. And on eBay, the cheapest one is $92. So I'd go to TCG Player right now to try to pick this up before someone else does, and they're gonna sell. A PSA 10, this is the highest out of all. The PSA 10s are selling for about $1,000 on this guy. $1,000. So my pile here, I have a few that look like they could hit 10, so I'm definitely gonna send those. If they don't, it's cool to keep them raw, I don't care. And in the last 12 months, it's up 251%, almost as much as the Pikachu, but yeah, I think this one here is getting a boost from the Stellar Crown Squirtle and Bulbasaur, because people want to complete that. And it's boosting the regular one up to like a $13, $14 card, maybe 16. And it's boosted this one up quite a bit. You're looking at about $90 to pick this guy up. I think I paid, I'm trying to remember what I paid on that. I ended up buying two, because the first one came with light scratches on the back. And it's like, you know what, that's not a near mint copy. So I ended up selling that one. I bought it for like 66, ended up selling it for pretty close to that. Maybe, I think it was a little bit more than that, like 68 or something like that, in an auction on eBay. So, but this one here, I think I picked this one up for, I think it was like $85 or something like that. So here we go. So that's the Charmander. All right, now from 151, this is the big dog right here, Snorlax right here, Pokemon Center stamp promo, $100 card. I picked this one up for, I think it was 96 bucks. But the TCG market value just shot up to about 106.45. The lowest ask on TCG Player is $114.99 with shipping. On eBay, there's 4 or 5 sellers that are selling these for like $99. There's one for 99. There's a handful for $99.99. So if you want to get this for the cheapest, go to eBay right now. There's a couple sellers that are just under $100, and that's what you should expect to pay for this card. But like I said, TCG Player is closer to 115. In a PSA 10, for some reason, these are only going for about 450, which I think that's undervalued when the Pikachu's at 6 and the Charmander's at 1,000. So if you got the money, I would go grab this Snorlax for about $600. See if you can't get one for 580 or something like that. But yeah, what did I say, 600? No, 450. My bad. 450. Maybe you can get one for 425 or something like that. Like I said, the Pikachu's at 600, Charmander's at 1,000. This is closer to like 450. So, and in the last 12 months, it's up 185%. I have the regular one in a PSA 9, and I think I can expect that regular one graded in a PSA 9 probably is going to start moving up a little bit. So that's 151 is just a whole nother beast, a whole nother animal. It's ridiculous. And the Pokémon Center ETB for that is over $200 something right now. So that's the most expensive Pokémon Center ETB is that 151. So let's get into we hit Paradox Rift where it starts to kind of cool off a little bit, but still, here's a Screamtail right here. Let me see here. Screamtail. Actually, I didn't tell you guys on Snorlax. On the Snorlax, there's only like 19 listings, so that's a little bit more, almost 20 listings. So there's a little more of those on the market than the other ones before it. And then of course this Screamtail here. Let's get to Screamtail here. Screamtail here, this guy was sitting sub $10 for the longest time. You can get it for like $9 or something like that. But now the Screamtail's market value is $27.18. The lowest ask TCG Player is $40.99, and on eBay there's somebody on there for $33.58. So if you're looking for this one, I'd go there now. $33.58 is the cheapest, and it jumps up from there. PSA 10s, I would expect to pay about $150, and in the last 6 months, this card's up 180%. Not a lot of these on the market either. There's 11 listings on TCG Player, and like I said, you could have got this sub $10 for the longest time, and then I think it started going over $10 this summer, about July, and now it's doubled in price. So Screamtail right there, really nice. I mean, it's a cool card, but Screamtail's not the most popular, so that's why it's kind of low. And same with the next one, Iron Bundle here from Paradox Rift as well. This guy's TCG market value a little lower than Screamtail at $26.28. The lowest ask on TCG Player is $31.49. I think I paid about $22 for the Screamtail and like $26 for this one. Yeah, the cheapest you're gonna get is on TCG Player right now, $31.49. eBay $32.58, so not a big difference there. And a PSA 10 for some reason on this one is up $230. Raw, it's up 224% in the last 6 months, but nice little card right there. These are, like I said, they're getting a little bit harder to find, a little bit scarce, so you're gonna have to pay what people are asking or just wait. Now the next one here, biggest mover, the biggest jump of all the cards, it's the Mimikyu from Paldean Fates. And like I said, I think this one suffered from the fact that it wasn't a pull, and like it was in the Japanese, there wasn't that many illustration rares. The illustration rares have no value to them whatsoever. And so the Mimikyu here was literally sitting at $4.23 with the Pokemon Center stamp on it. $4.23. It didn't start climbing until about, man, even in August it was still $6.47. It didn't hit the $10 mark until about September. And in the last 6 months, it is up 887%. So right now the TCG market value on this one is $41.75 when it was $4 something a few months ago. $4 and change, $5, $6, $7. I mean, whatever you could have got it for back then, you can't do that no more. The lowest ask on TCG Player right now is $42. It's nuts. And then on eBay, same, $42. So either way, you're gonna get it for about $42. But once those sell out, it's up. It's up from there. So and the PSA 10 on this guy is going for around $200. It's not, I guess it's not terrible, not too bad. So this one here, I think I'm pretty sure I paid about $38, pretty close to the market value. So That's the Mimikyu. It's starting to, this one's starting to pop off. So don't let these slip out of your hands. Just go get them now. This is why I'm making this video, just to, so you could see the stats on these guys. Here's another one that's kind of obscure. Fluttermane. This is from Temporal Forces. So Temporal Forces has two ETBs. You got the Fluttermane Pokemon Center stamp here. Not very colorful. It's kind of dark. It's a cool looking card, but so the Fluttermane here, the TCG market value is $27.99. There's a seller on TCG Player selling one for $27.99 exactly, but on eBay the cheapest is $36, and a PSA 10 is going around 170, and this one's up 151% in the last 6 months. So I mean, literally on the Fluttermane here, it was this one never. I'm not sure if this one was ever under $10. I think the low that this one was ever at was about $10. That was its low, because people, this is probably around Temporal Forces when people started to catch on to the fact that these are maybe something that we should be looking at. I think it seems like it was right around there. So it's never been under a $10 card. So you could have picked this up for about $11 when on release. But now, you know, like I said, it's about a $30 card. So Fluttermane, cool card from Temporal Forces. Next is one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite ones from Temporal Forces is the Iron Thorns. For some reason, this one seems super scarce. You know, the Fluttermane had 16 listings on a TCG Player. This guy's got 14 listings on TCG Player. So let's go through the stats here. Iron Thorns TCG market value says $24.32. I got this for like $36 or something like that. It's you're not finding them for $24. No one's selling these cards for sub $25. So the lowest on TCG Player is $32.99, and the lowest on eBay is $37. And I paid right around that on eBay for like $36. A PSA 10 is going for about $150, and this one's up $141 in the last 6 months. Iron Thorns, man, yeah, it's kind of rare. There's not too many of these on eBay, but like I said, 14 listings on TCG Player. Next, we have the Teal Mask Ogerpon from Twilight Masquerade, which just recently sold out. Pokémon Center ETBs just recently sold out, so you missed out on that one. But maybe aftermarket should be maybe a little more than the 60, maybe 70 if you really want that box. I would go look now before they pop off. So right now is the time to go get these. But the Teal Mask Ogerpon here, market values $24.89. The lowest price on TCG Players $26.79. So that's a good price. I would go and grab that right now before, you know, someone else does, and then the next listings are higher than that. eBay, the cheapest one is $31.95. So in a PSA 10, these are going for about $175, and in the last 6 months, it's up 99%. There's, let's see here, Teal Mask Ogerpon. There's 15 listings on a TCG Player. Not bad. That's pretty good. I'm not sure how many there are on eBay, but like I said, expect about the same 15 listings on eBay. There's not tons of them. There's really not. I think I got this one. I got lucky. I think I paid $22 for this guy. One of the lower TCG Player purchases, so I was happy with that. But yeah, not people's favorite, but this one also looks the most different, because all these are illustration rares. They just have a hollow foil, nice. This, if you look close, I don't even know if you can see it in here, but if you have this one at home, check it out. It's got more glitter to it. It's got more of a almost like a flat special illustration rare. It doesn't have texture, but it has what looks like it almost wanted to be texture. So yeah, that one's the only one that's a little bit different, just slightly. And I think it might, I'm not sure why. It's not one of the future or ancient ones where they would do something like the future ones look different from like Paradox and Temporal, but I don't know. It's definitely has a little more to it than the rest of them. That's the Teal Mask Ogerpon. Pecharunt. So Pecharunt, I don't know how you say it. Pecharunt. TCG market value is $27.99, which is kind of surprising because these boxes, Shrouded Fable, Pokemon Center boxes, are still up there. Last time I looked, they could be sold out by now. I'm gonna go check after this, but the boxes are still available. If you want this card, $27.99, and you're paying $60 for the box. So this guy pays for half the box just for this card right here. You can open the packs, sell the packs, whatever you want to do, or keep the box sealed. The lowest ask on TCG Player is $28.98, and on eBay $36. And I think I paid closer to that, like $34-35 off of eBay for this copy right here. PSA 10s are going for about $130, which not bad. I mean, that's a good deal. And then in the last 6 months, this guy's up 93%. It's more like the last 3 months, because I don't know. Well, I guess somewhere between 5-6 months, because the set hasn't been out for too long. But yeah, 93%. And with the Pekka here on TCG Player, there's only 9 listings. Only 9 listings. That's less than 10 listings. And then go on eBay, there's probably about the same, if not less. So this guy's getting a little hard to find him for sale. So Pekka right there. Next, we have a really nice one here from Stellar Crown. It's the Noctowl. Stellar Crown just sold out. Pokémon Center boxes just sold out. So you can't get those. You're not getting those anymore. So if you really need it, go look for someone selling one. Hopefully you're going to get it in the 70s, not 90 to 100 or whatever. But the Noctowl here is TCG market value is $38.95. The lowest ask on TCG Player is just under that at $37.98. And then on eBay, there's one seller on eBay right now for a near mint copy, and it looked good, for $34.95. So I would hurry up and go get that one before. I mean, because after that, the rest are like $40. A PSA 10 on this one's going for around $200, and in the last month, this guy's up 72%. 72% in the last month. That's actually pretty good. There's 22 listings on TCG Player, so there's a little more of this guy going around. The set's a little bit newer, Stellar Crown. So on eBay as well, there's a lot of PSA 10s for sale and all that kind of stuff. So Noctowl right there, sold out. And we are on the last one, the Shinji Kanda, my favorite artist. Probably because of the Giratina and the Magikarp, he's become probably like my favorite artist because of that. I do like Akira Egawa, got some pretty good Charizards recently. But yeah, this Shinji Kanda here, Magneton, is the TCG market value is $45.98. The lowest ask is $46.27 on TCG Player, and on eBay $41.25. I paid $40 for this card. I was hoping that after the set released, Surging Sparks, that it would go down to about 30, like some of the other ones, like Fluttermane and all that stuff, down to about 30. But as soon as I seen that it wasn't going to do that, and I just pulled the trigger at I think it was $38 plus shipping, came up to like $42, something like that. But PSA 10s are going for about $370 on these right here, and it's up 15%. Lowest gain because it's never really dropped. And so Magneton, this one suffered from people catching on that this was a good thing. So I don't think we're never gonna see Pokemon Center stamped promos ever go down to like Mimikyu at $4, $5 a card, ever go down under $10, or you know, big hitters like Snorlax ever hitting 25. We're never gonna see that again. We're never gonna see that again. So as soon as these come out, the best thing to do is, if you really want the card, buy the Pokemon Center boxes. They let you order 4. I mean, if you can make multiple orders, go ahead. Buy the boxes, open one, sell some, do whatever you gotta do. This hobby is very expensive, so it doesn't, I don't look bad on people. I don't call them scalpers if you're gonna go buy 4 boxes and sell 3 of them at a profit so that you can pay for the other box. That's a smart move. That's an awesome move. With Prismatic Evolutions, I'm not opening 1 pack of Prismatic Evolutions, but I ordered 30, 40, like 40 products. I got 40 products on the way, and I've already sold like 10 things. Those 10 items have already paid for like 75% of those other products. Literally, I mean, the hobby is free if you know how to make it free for you. You know what I mean? How am I gonna buy that Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions? I gotta sell a bunch of stuff to get there, and I don't want it to come out of my pocket. It's gonna come out of someone else's pocket who wants products that they couldn't get. So, same with these Pokemon stamped promos. If you want these promos, just buy the boxes. You could pre-order them. Pre-order the boxes when they're up for pre-order, and then, you know, sell the stuff. I was only able to pre-order 2 boxes of Prismatic Evolutions. I already sold one for $190, and I raised the price on the second one to see if I can get a little bit more. And I'll buy the promo when someone opens it. Someone's gonna open those boxes and sell those promos. That EV promo is probably gonna be $100. So now I've got one paid for because I sold a box for $190, and I'll sell the other box hopefully to put that towards the Umbreon. But anyway, that's a little. I get a little sidetracked with that, just trying to give you guys what kind of knowledge. You know, I have a Pokemon store, a trading card store actually. I sell sports cards and everything too, like that. But because it's fun, something that you know, my son's into the Pokemon stuff. I was into sports cards as a kid growing up, and so this is kind of like you learn how to support that hobby by, you know, being part of the sales of the hobby. But anyway, so this Magneton here, like I said, it's climbing now. This is going to be a $50 card soon. Get it now while you can. Like I said, eBay, there's a guy selling for $41.25. I think that one actually is sealed with the other one in it too. So it's got both cards in there at that $41.25. So go ahead and look for that. But yeah, so this is the Magneton, the most recent one. And that is all 14 cards right there. All 14 Pokemon Center stamped promos. These are going into a binder that I'm going to wrap and throw under the Christmas tree for my son. Hopefully you don't see this video. I don't think he will. I don't think he watches my channel. But, you know, I'm trying to build the channel. I probably talked about this before. I want to do breaks, sports breaks, Pokemon cards breaks, whatever kind of breaks and stuff like that, and get that going on this channel, you know, once I figure out, you know, when it's feasible to be able to do that stuff, because I want to get my son in on that stuff. Maybe, you know, whether it's a full-time business for him or a side hobby like it is for me, you know, I want to get him in on that. You know, it's good to kind of set up, you know, for the future for some of that kind of stuff. But all right, so that's the end of my video. These cards are getting harder to source. They're going crazy. They're not undervalued anymore. Everyone knows their value. So if you don't have any and you've been thinking about getting them, I'd get them now. Like I said, just knock off the most popular ones, you know, the Fluttermane, Iron Thorns, those guys, Pekkarunt, Iron Bundle, Screamtail, not as popular. I would go try to grab that Snorlax now before it just hits $200. Because like I said, it was a $25 card some few months back. It's a $100 card now, $115. The Charmander from Obsidian Flames, that's gonna probably, I have a funny feeling it's gonna surpass Snorlax for some reason from 151. I have no clue why, but it just has that, it's giving me those feelings. And then the Pikachu, I think it's gonna stay the third most expensive, but it's gonna climb. It's under, the market value says it's like a $60-something card, but it's gonna cost you $75 to pick up that card. So, and same with most of these cards, the market value doesn't really reflect what it's gonna cost you to pick up that card. But the Iron Thorns, saying it's $24 market value, you're gonna pay in the 30s. You're not getting it for the $24 market value. But all right, man, that is the end of my video. Happy Pokemon hunting. Go get your stamp promos. Go get that Pekkarunt box from Shrouded Fable. It's still available, I believe, at this moment, but it won't be for too long. Yeah, and like I said, these are like, it's so new, but it's finally caught traction. I think it was Twilight Masquerade that's kind of let everybody know Scarlet and Violet era is actually pretty damn nice, and it's that Greninja. Now the Pikachu showing you, you know, raising the price of all these big hitters, you know. Magikarp's hitting $175. It's getting nuts. It's getting nuts. Scarlet and Violet is the best era of Pokemon cards when it comes to artwork and the cards ever. I mean, you can argue all you want that it was Sun and Moon or XY. Special illustration rares. This stuff is popping off, and Scarlet and Violet is going to be ridiculous. It's going to leave Sword and Shield in the dust. You know, nothing's going to leave Evolving Skies in the dust, but the rest of Sword and Shield ain't going to hold a candle to this stuff. The weakest sets have better artwork than some of the better sets from eras past, you know. So anyway, yeah, go out there, get your Pokemon stamp promos, because if you don't, you will be regretting it, and you will be look back going, hey man, damn, I should have got those. I should have got those back, you know, when Top Loader over here told you to go do it. But anyway, end of my video. I'm out. Have a good rest of your day.